My thing about anything, all my thing, the whole pro-life people, they're not pro-life. Like, and I mean every single one of you pro-life people, every single one of you, no matter what your reason is, you're a hypocrite and a liar.
What up?
What's going on?
Other day it was hot as hell over here, bro.
Was it really?
Yeah, it
It
was
was
like
like it was hot for us yesterday. It wasn't like that hot today.
it was definitely had to hit like 95, like
Yeah.
close to 100. It was hot as hell.
God damn.
Humidity was hot. Yeah, it's just one of
Everyone
those.
outside though, I bet.
Yeah, I mean the pools were packed. I just finished up cleaning my mom's pool, so we'll be
Bro,
in
I
there.
ain't been to a pool since like before the pandemic. Like I ain't been in the pool. I've been to the beach since then, but I ain't been in the pool in like a minute. Man.
It's definitely relaxing.
Definitely better than the beach. Well, I like the vibe of the beach, but water wise, I'd rather be in like.
Yeah, I don't mess with the beach water.
Then again, though, like the problem with the pool water is like people be having kids, and you know, a kid poops in the pool. Only thing they do is take the poop out, throw in some more chlorine, tell you to wait a couple minutes, and go back in.
But the water at the beaches over here, dirty as hell. Like that shit is just like mud water. Like
But my thing is, at least you know going into it that thing's dirty, and you know what I mean. Like I feel like pool water is like advertised as being clean and whatnot.
I've never put my like head under water at a beach in my life before, ever, ever.
I mean, all right, so you ain't ever get knocked by no wave.
I fell on my back. I always made
You
sure
ain't ever ridden on
my
no
head
bushes
has
wave.
never been underwater at a beach before.
That's
Never.
that's
My face
wild.
has
I feel like you
never.
ain't really lived as a kid if you never even like
Well,
put
I
your head
mean,
in the water. I
for
mean,
the
are you a
most
swimmer?
part,
How big of a
yeah, I
swimmer are you?
swim. I swim. I had a pool
No,
in my
no, I, no, no,
backyard.
no, no, no. I know you can swim. I was asking, do you
I
swim?
can swim. Like if you ask me to swim
Yeah,
from here to here, I can do it with no problem. Like
yeah.
I just don't like dirty water. Like I went to Jamaica
That's
one time and the water was clear as day. Like
but you do realize it's still dirty water. It's just not
I
salt water.
understand, but when the water is brown, it's a whole different ballpark. Like it's like
Yeah,
it makes you feel a certain way. Like,
facts. I mean, there's still like fish and fish poop
oh yeah,
and all
I
that other
mean,
stuff in there, but
still
nah, I feel
clear.
you.
Clearer the
Yeah,
better.
man, it's been a real quiet sports week,
Yeah.
but then like a real not quiet rest of the week.
So you already know.
Nah, man, you see they trying to like ban everything but student loans now,
Yeah. That shit is
bro.
ridiculous.
That's so not to get like super political, shit like that. But that whole like Roe v. Wade thing is like wild. I
Right.
mean, like we all knew it was coming, but it's just like, yo, like I still almost like can't believe like they
Believe
did
it.
it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, hey man, y'all boys strap up.
That's just some bullshit, man. I mean, it's like who are you to decide what people like? Such an unfair thing too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's a bunch of old dudes on a Supreme old. First of all, this is gonna sound ageist, but I don't care. I feel like if you pass that age of like 60, you should not be serving in no formal form of like office type thing like that. Cause like you was around back when like segregation was a good thing.
right.
Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you
It's
was raised
generational.
you was raised. I saw something one of those two justices. I don't know which one, but like he dude was like 17 when MLK got like assassinated. Something. It's like he grew up.
Yeah.
Like if you were 17 when he got assassinated, you grew up with that stuff being what it was. Like
Right.
you
Yeah.
trying to tell me like that's like a good thing to have. They even got their own little Uncle Ruckus up there
I know I
talking
peeped.
about
Yeah, I peeped that shit.
and it's just bro, and it's just wild. And my issue with the whole thing is right, it's one thing for that to be your religious belief. I feel like a lot of people are hiding behind their religion and they
Yeah.
really just want to be like, and I'm not talking about the actual people who really mean for my religious belief, I don't believe in it. That's like difference in opinion, whatever do you think. My thing about anything, all my thing, the whole pro-life people, they're not pro-life. Like, and I mean every single one of you pro-life people, every single one of you, no matter what your reason is, you're a hypocrite and a liar. because you're only pro-life when the baby is unborn. Which is wild to think about. Unborn means you're not born yet, which kind of means you're not alive, but nonetheless, not getting into that. Like you only care about it when it's unborn. But when it is alive, it's fuck them. Homeless people, fuck them. Mental illness people, fuck them. People who make one mistake, fuck them. Like it's so much like F them going on.
Yeah.
People who are actually living, people who need help, people, oh, you were born into, a family that your dad's not there. You only see people doing drugs. Now you're selling drugs too. You made your choice, right? Fuck you. Like, but no, it's like there's like a lot of people who could use it. People who are born in unfortunate situations. People who've only known one kind of thing, whatever. Or again, mental health. All that stuff. They don't care. You don't care about it, but you care so much about an unborn baby.
There's so many more like things that they should be worried about. Like bro, realistically, like guns have more freedom than women. Like,
I saw that they what they passed. I don't know exactly what it was they passed, but they passed something that was like something about some kind of the right to have guns, like concealed weapons anyway, whatever, right? Yeah. And my thing is like, so you're telling me after all these school shootings, you make guns more accessible, right? And now then take away the right to have an abortion, which is not going to end there, because some people are going to come for like, I heard some people talking about coming from like condoms and stuff, which is wild because like there's more to condoms than just like having babies.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But like they're gonna come for that. They're gonna come for like all the gay and trans rights too. And then once they get through that, they're gonna come for like, our rights as Black people. Like they could potentially come for all that.
That shit's fucked up, yo. Like what is going on? Like what is going on for real? Like,
and like again, the fact that it also here's another thing. People talk about upholding the Constitution. Now, maybe I'm incorrect, and someone let me know if I am. But was the Constitution not written by a bunch of old racist white dudes?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we even giving them that much,
right,
credit? Like that they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people have already taken what they wrote and used it out of, well, not actually, it wasn't out of context, but they used it to then enslave Black people and all the other stuff. So it was already going on, but like, to justify in the American Constitution anyway, right? Right. But you want me to believe that like trust everything that they're saying, right? The whole right to bear arms was made when like guns, weren't accurate outside of like 5 feet of each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't have all these kind of weapons and scopes and extended magazines or whatnot.
So washed, yo. We just need to redo everything.
Yeah, because the guns back then, man, you would just aim it and shoot, and anything within like like a 5-foot radius could get hit. Like the things are not accurate at all, right? And like it's just like, and again, I'm not trying to get like super political because frankly, until my student loans are paid off, man, I don't care about none of that.
I got 10K on the books, bro.
Man,
10K left on the books.
That might be all Biden. In theory, that's what Biden's talking about, but I need all that.
And I was told all Biden has done. What has he done? Well, again, let's not get
what has he done?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing at all. And I just feel like, damn, like, granted, I don't like the Republicans at all. At the very least, man, they seem to know what they're doing. Granted, they're doing evil shit, in my opinion. Right. But at least they're like, they know what they're doing. We don't, like, not we. They, Democrats, don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I don't align with none of them because personally, I think all people in government, it's like fuck them. Like, well, I feel like all of them would rather stay in office, whether you're right, left, or whatever. They'd rather stay in office than do what is the right thing.
Right. Yeah.
And like the reason I believe that is because it's like, otherwise, there's no way so many of these issues have no resolutions. Like the whole gun thing. Like I get maybe it's not ban all guns, and maybe it's not leave it as it is, but you gotta find something in the middle.
Yeah.
Like or the healthcare situation, you gotta find something in the middle. Yeah, but nothing's being done because people are saying, no, I gotta uphold my standing or whatever. So it's like, all right, I don't care about the people at all.
I don't think they've ever cared, bro.
No, it's all about power and money. Yeah, it's
money.
Not about the actual people. If it was, like, things wouldn't be as hard to get past. Like, again, anyone out there who's against universal health care is either extremely entitled or a piece of shit. Like
either or.
Because how could you be? No, I don't think anyone should have access to health care.
That's why.
What kind of crazy crap is that? and also especially the people who are like anti paying off student loans. You know how miserable you got to be with your life. I had to pay my student loans 30 years ago, so you should pay yours too. Just because you had to deal with it, like imagine if our great grandparents said we should be slaves because they were slaves,
right?
Our great grandparents, but you see, like that wild shit. Like imagine our ancestors said that. You get up to heaven. When you get up there, like your great grandma's like, I can't believe you wasn't no slave, and they just hold it over you that you wasn't a slave. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out stop hating. Like, do you not want better for other people?
Right. That's some selfish ass shit, bro.
It really is, man.
But that's really be the money people with money, like you said, or entitled, or whatever the fuck it may be.
Like, it's just like that's all that's been going on this week.
Yeah,
this whole shit with all the and now people are comparing January 6th stuff to the protesting for the abortion, which I wish we like. I wish it would shut up about that January 6th stuff.
Yeah,
not because it wasn't as wrong as they say it was, but you're not gonna do nothing anymore. Like if you was gonna do something, would have been done. I'm tired of like. Whenever I go to the gym, they got like one of the TVs like a CNN, and they're always talking about it. I do not care anymore.
I don't think anybody does.
If you was gonna do something, do it. Otherwise, like shut up.
Right.
But welcome back to the Born with the Podcast. We are now a political podcast moving forward. Now the sports season's over.
That's episode 11. Good shit, man. Hey, man, it's not bad.
Speaking of 11.
Oh boy. Wow, you're good
perfect
with that.
Transition.
You're good with that.
Yeah, I had no idea that was gonna be.
Oh boy.
Anyway, another person who likes number 11,
Kyrie Irving. What a guy. Honestly. Right. So, all right, for the people who don't know, Kyrie Irving is they're having some issues with the Nets. He thinks he deserves to be signed for 5 years, however much million.
5-year max, probably something like that.
The Nets do not want to pay him. Kyrie said, if you do not pay me, I will explore my other options, and list a bunch of teams that don't make no fucking sense, is what he did, except for I'd give him the Lakers. So, Kyrie, you're such a likable player, just like Ja Morant. You're a likable player, but you're becoming a piece of shit, yo. Like, this shit is I'm getting so sick of Kyrie Irving. Like, honestly, off the court, I'm getting sick of him. Like, he just always finds a way to do something that's so fucking annoying, yo. If you played, I think he played a third of the games in the last 3 seasons. A third of his games in the last 3 seasons. Now, Kim, imagine you go to work a third of your work days in the last 3 years and then go to your boss and ask for a raise, let's say.
Or at least an extension, not get fired. Yeah.
Right. Like, all right, I showed up for a third of my days. Can I not get fired? Who the hell in their right mind is about to tell you yes? You want to talk about entitled? That sounds entitled to me. Like, bro, you don't for the man, Kyrie, yo, just stop.
Go ahead, get it out.
Just stop. No, I'm just saying, like, what do you expect? What do you honestly expect? Like, and then he lists the dumb, bro. You can't play with Luka. You can't. Like, I'll say this about Kyrie. Like I say, he's starting to frustrate me. I do. My one hope, I would like to see him play with LeBron, though. I'm not about to sit here in front. I would like to see him on the Lakers. And I would like to see them go against the Warriors in the next finals. That would be cool. But Kyrie, stop it, bro. Stop. Show up to work like everybody else. It's a team fucking sport. Show up to work and play, bro. Stop demanding shit. All right, go ahead. It's annoying. It's really annoying, though. He's a drama queen at this point, and you know it. So don't try and defend that shit either. How can you defend that?
Let me try.
All right, go ahead. I want to hear it.
So, all right. So, honest opinion from me, right? No bias, no nothing, right? So obviously, he's like my favorite actor player anyway. But first off, I understand the Nets not wanting to pay him, or at least get guaranteed that much, right? He hasn't been available, and a lot of times he's not available for times that aren't injury related. Exactly. It's things that he's choosing to do right now. The vaccine thing is Now, a big portion of most of those missed games was because of the vaccine this season. Teams like half the games for it. But like with that being also said, but like that rule itself was dumb. Yeah. Other people could play in that building, but not him because he's a home team. That was dumb. Still a choice he made, right? But there's also other stuff in there as well. Hence why you can't just like rule that out, right? It's one of those things where it's like it's always something. So I get that. And I get where Kyrie's coming. Well, I get why Kyrie wouldn't want that, like not as much guaranteed. Because like, yeah, I'm too good of a player to not like warrant that, right? Which is not wrong, but it's like if you don't play, what does it matter how good you are, right? Now his list of teams, I don't know what. See, he did the same thing when he left Cleveland. He had his own list of teams, and I feel like he don't be putting no thought into them list of teams at all. Like, okay, Mavericks. I get why you might like to go there, but you think the Mavericks? If I'm the Mavericks, love Kyrie to death. Not to death, but love Kyrie. I would not let him come within 10 feet of Luka Doncic. You out your mind. Luka, who's already had some complaints about being a little bratty at times. You think I'm letting Kyrie come to you? Like,
bro, you ever like really sit down and watch a Mavericks game too? Like Luka dribbles the ball like 85% of the game. Like, yeah, how can Kyrie even think he could coexist with that?
He did it with LeBron, so it's like kind of same thing. The Philly one was very interesting to me because it's like I could have sworn him and Harden didn't like playing together.
Right.
Not only that, how would that work? Are they going to just trade Harden for Kyrie?
That's all I was about to say. Like that.
Is KD cool Harden coming back? And that would be Harden literally just quit on them. So
yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
But. Yeah. And my thing is, I don't know where he's gonna go. Because my thing is, I don't know who's gonna pay him the money he wants to be paid.
The only
the dumbest thing I saw, the dumbest name he has on the list, the New York Knicks. God, I really hope he does not go. Like, no offense to any Knicks fans, but y'all know what it is. Y'all are a train wreck. You've always been a train wreck. You're always going to be a train wreck.
Right.
Why on earth would you want to go to the Knicks? Like that one irritated me because that is like you don't want to win.
Well, you know what it is? He wants to stay close to home. He wants to stay New York. What he said, the Knicks, Brooklyn, Philly, that's all like East Coast, like near Jersey.
Yeah, that's all shit. Like, yeah.
Right. And then West Coast, like, well, I didn't understand the Dallas one at all, but you know, who doesn't want to be in LA? He put Clippers and Lakers. That's cool. But
yeah,
everywhere on the East, he wants to stay. I think he said Miami too, did he? I don't.
Yeah, he didn't say Miami.
He did. Well, for the most part, I can tell he wants to stay in the area.
But the teams outside the area, Miami, LA. And then Dallas, which is kind of weird. But like Miami and LA were like, you know.
Yeah, those are just hot spots. People like to be there. But I don't know.
Dallas, though? You going to Dallas?
Texas is cool. That's Dallas, isn't it?
I know like Houston's a big spot. I didn't know how big of a
I thought Dallas was cool. Like
it could be. I don't know. I never been there.
No, I never been there either. Maybe Born Winners will take a trip.
Ooh.
Figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like.
But wait, so how does Kyrie taking a pay cut to go to the Lakers for 1 year until they unload Westbrook? Do you think that's a possibility that's going through his head? Like a $6 million. I heard they can offer him $6 million for 1 year.
My thing is, first, if I'm Kyrie, I don't want to play with LeBron again. You want to know why? Because you know my biggest fear would be I go to the Lakers and I win a championship. Because then everything in your career is going to be dumbed down to LeBron.
All right.
Everything.
So
no. And granted, mind you, I don't agree with that as of right now. Right? He hit the shot, averaged 27 in the finals. Like he more than carried and did his own thing. Right? More than carried, he more than did his own, put in his own work. But if you found no winning success, you've won one playoff series, or maybe it's two since you left LeBron. And then you go back and now you're winning again. Like
I get that, but is Kyrie one of them dudes that when he retires, like rings matter? Like he's always gonna be one of the coolest, best point guards to watch, but kind of like in a mellow type of sense. Like does it even matter how many rings he has?
I don't think it, because he has the one. I don't think it matters from here on out.
Right. Like I think after that one, he was
however, though, so I don't think he's like feels a pressure to like win a championship per se.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why he's kind of acting the way he does. Because obviously the way he acts isn't in a
right. Because to be honest, I think he's somewhere in between like very high level all-star and like below superstar. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like to people like Giannis, LeBron, KD, Steph, like rings matter because they're gonna be all time.
If we're going based off of my criteria for a superstar, which is can he be the best player in the championship team?
Yeah.
I would say Kyrie's a star.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put the super in front of it because I don't think the super belongs in front of a lot
that's
of
what
people.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the situations matter really.
But also, I think it would look better to win with KD, even if KD still wins the Finals MVP, which he probably would.
Of course,
it's just a better look to do that than.
But I do think he's kind of like in that stage, kind of like when you break up and then like be like, damn, like I was better off with that dude. Like, I think he's at that stage where he's like, damn, like I should have never did what I did. Let me go back and fix this and like feel me. Like I don't think he's opposed to going back with LeBron.
But bro, you're gonna go back to a like just as poorly ran organization with an older LeBron now. Like, and now the other person in AD is not Kevin, it's not the same as Kevin Love. Right? He's gonna want his touches, his all that. But very different than how they use Kevin Love, the way AD is going to be used. So I don't know if that's gonna work.
So you don't think Kyrie, Bron, and AD can get somewhere in the playoffs?
Oh no, they definitely can. I just think I just don't think it works the exact same way as it did.
Oh no,
in Cleveland. No. Now, me personally, I would like to see him go to the Clippers. Because one, it's a team that's never won anything. Right, so if they win with you there, you're gonna be cemented there forever. Mm-hmm. I like him going back to Ty Lue again. Okay, right, who seemed to be a decent coach for him or whatnot. And it's not going back with LeBron. It's going to a team that has a chance of winning. Right. So it's not the Knicks. And it just makes more sense than the Sixers because I don't want to root for the Sixers. And I wouldn't mind Miami either. I wouldn't hate him going to Miami. I don't know what they give up for him, but it's his whole situation is like wow. But I'm kind of glad though because it's like this off season was gonna be very boring because there aren't like a lot of big free agents that are gonna be out there. But now with Kyrie maybe leaving, which means Kevin Durant might leave. Yeah, like that's gonna be the big thing if like KD decides like, hey, I'm out.
I don't think KD can just up and leave at this point. Like, I think he low-key needs to just stay there because anywhere else he's not gonna go to a worse team.
So right? It depends on what happens with. So if Kyrie does like a sign and trade, like he opts in sign and trade with the intention of getting a long-term deal somewhere, then that's fine because then they could trade him to say if it's Miami, right? You can get Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, some other people from there, right? Or Bam or whatever you feel is a fair trade, but they can get some pieces out of it. Or the Philly for like Tobias Harris and Maxey. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can get more out of it. But if Kyrie decides to decline his option and walk away, then the Nets get nothing.
Right.
And even then, if they do a sign and trade, then it's a very much smaller scale sign and trade as opposed to what it would be if you would opt in and get traded. Mm-hmm. Right? So then at that point, now KD is like, yo, I'm left with the dude who ain't played basketball in like 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we got nothing for Kyrie, like, being here, leaving.
Right.
So it's like, I think if you're the Nets, it might be time to just strip it down. Because they don't have the draft picks either. No. Like, it might be time to strip it down, get some assets back or whatever, and
call it a day. Fast that shit happened. Bro, like that's insane.
Probably one of the biggest failures.
That is insane.
If Kyrie leaves and KD leaves, probably one of the biggest.
KD, Kyrie, and down to nothing with nothing to show for that either.
They got Ben Simmons.
Street clothes Ben. But that's crazy. It's just crazy how quick shit can happen. Like
honestly, that's wild.
The Nets just, I don't know, they fucking folded, man.
Yeah. On a other note, something I legit just saw. I forget what game it was. It was a baseball game. Like I think it was Arizona or someone. One of those bench clearing brawls.
Oh, I got the notification. I didn't look at it though.
Yeah. So I was thinking, do you think sports will be better if like they allowed fighting like they do in hockey?
You said what would be better?
Do you think sports would be better if they allowed like basketball and football predominantly? Do you think it'd be better if they allowed fighting like hockey?
I mean, it just looks so much worse. And like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go to a basketball game to see fights, to be honest.
No, I'm not talking Malice in the Palace. I'm not talking about a bench clearing brawl. I'm talking the way hockey does it, where it's like, oh, we got a problem. Bet just me and you, no outside, nothing else. No one else jumps in, just one-on-one fight.
I mean, if it's allowed and if that's how it's supposed to go, I mean, I guess that's cool. Like, I'd like to see a couple dudes rumble after a fucking rebound. Like, that should be cool. But I mean, do I want to see like dudes, just out there fighting and shit, Malice in the Palace type shit? Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'd rather just watch.
I would like to see it
if it's fair.
Just because I wasn't like really like
able to.
What year was Malice in the Palace?
That shit was early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, like I was alive, and I want to see it live. I just want to one time see that thing live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
but like all the time type stuff. Like, nah, I'm not trying.
I'm good.
I also kind of think there's a reason hockey gets away with it.
And why
There's
is that?
two reasons. One, they got the pads on and stuff, and it's, you know what I'm saying. Two, and most importantly, is when they do it, they're not getting called thugs and all this other stuff when they get it going down. They're just thugs. Hardworking men who had a disagreement.
Right. That's just fucked up. Yo.
Let that happen in the NBA, NFL.
I mean, we got a little time left. Let's get into that, bro. Like, I have a question to you. When you go to certain stores or certain, like, say you're in the mall, you walk into, I don't know, a high-end store.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold as hell in the mall. It's winter. You got your hood on. Do you take your hood off to avoid potential issues? Because I do that shit everywhere I go. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I was. No. I know in certain situations to just do certain things. I know it's not fair, but it's just like you go into a gas station too. Like, feel me? Like,
so like, was I like, talked to about like doing that type of stuff? Yeah. And like, am I always walking in somewhere with my hood on necessarily? Like, no, but like, sometimes I have a hat on, the hood on, or whatever, right? But I'm personally not. Because my thing is, unless I'm going, white face, they still gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like they're still gonna see like my skin color. So it's like, what's the point in, you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna like I'm because I'm black. They're still gonna see me. They're still gonna see me. And if they're the type of people who see me as a threat, I'm a threat. It's like my hood is not like, you know what I'm saying? Like the hood is not the reason I'm a threat all of a sudden.
Right, but us as opposed to other looking people, when we got our hood on versus when they got their hood on, we look like a threat automatically, which is just fucked up. I think
it is. I think it depends how you look at it though, because I'm definitely more scared of them people walking the hoods on than black people with the hoods on. Because to me, a black person with a hood on, that's not, because of the media, that's normalized. Them folk with them hood on, wait, what you getting into? Y'all don't be doing that. Right. Why you out here walking around with your hood on? What you finna do to me?
What you about to get into?
Especially me being in Pittsburgh. Yeah, nah, dog. I be seeing that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I be crossing the street. You get away from me. I don't want no parts of that.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck going on.
Nah, that's true. But it's interesting though, because it's like it's one of the things that like I was kind of taught, and being the bigger black dude, right, who doesn't have a natural, I wasn't walking around smiling all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I walk around normal. I smile when I need to smile. So I don't feel like I don't, right? But I remember like my father used to tell me, make sure smile a little bit more. Raise your eyebrows a little bit so you don't look, as angry and stuff like that. Especially when I moved up here to Pittsburgh. And like looking back on it, like that was such like, in my opinion, a bad thing to teach like your kid. Like I get it on his standpoint though, because he made it through corporate America, right? And he did what he had to do to make it type stuff, right? Mm-hmm. My thing is just like, I don't want to, nor do I feel like anyone should have to like change how they naturally move, assuming you're not hurting nobody, right?
Right.
To appease what other people might look at you as. Like there's someone who, I'm not gonna name names, but like someone from Connecticut, right? Me and him we was friends like growing up through baseball or whatever. And his dad apparently, I didn't know this until he said something to my dad about it, right? But apparently he like thought I was just like wasn't a great kid. Mind you, I was a kid, so I was like 10, 10 or 11, right? But he was surprised that like I was a good kid or whatever because I didn't like look like it because of like the way I carried myself.
Yeah.
And it's just like until he became friends with his son, and then like he knew me, whatever. First off, why are you judging a kid?
Kid, right?
Like
I was just thinking that,
Like, and second off, it's like, yo, just because I'm not walking around all the time, like my thing is like, I got no problem with smiling, like showing I'm happy, whatever. But it's like, okay, if I need to, I will. If I feel the need to smile or laugh, I will. But if not, like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So
I just think. What? Go ahead.
Do you like take off your hood when you go?
I mean, yeah, in certain situations, yeah. I mean, that's just.
But like, I feel
the same way you were raised, like how your parents told you what to do in certain situations.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, I just happened to like take it with me, and I was like, well, you know what? Too though, I go like as I'm sure you do as Black men, like we go through shit like where we see shit. It might not happen, but like we see the person staring at us like halfway around the store, following us, like. So like for me to just avoid all that shit or to try and help, I just do it anyways. Like.
So like you're not wrong. And frankly, our parents for teaching us that stuff weren't wrong, especially from how they grew up.
Yeah.
Right. Things were different from how they grew up to where we grew up. So it's like I understand like why that was in like their mind, which is why I'm not like criticizing that generation for it. That's how they had to get around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. My thing now is just more so like I could. And granted, I don't go out of my way to like, for lack of a better term, black it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't go out of my way to do that necessarily, but it's like, if I got my hood on and my hoodie off, it is what it is. Like, because my thing is just like, those people are going to see whatever it is they want to see. Right? So no matter what kind of hood you got on, like, whatever, like, because my thing is, they're going to see one person like that and think we're all like that anyway.
Yeah.
So unless you're talking about wiping all Black people from wearing hoods, then all it takes is one person to wear one. Then all you got to do is have a hoodie on.
Right.
Because even then, in theory, they should know the game. I'm not trying to look suspicious and take my hood off. And now I'm gonna steal some stuff because I look nice now. Like, so I don't think it works that way.
Yeah,
they still think you might steal if they think you're gonna steal some stuff.
I mean, for the most part, they are. But
yeah. So.
Oh.
But that was a nice little question.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I mean. Going through daily life.
So so before we wrap up, how would you teach your kids?
Same way my mom and dad said,
really?
Bro, like, yo, just be careful about your surroundings, like,
yeah.
I mean, you walk into a store, let them see your face, like, just, just even with the cop getting pulled over, like okay, there were certain ways.
Getting pulled over from a cop is a completely different story from other stuff.
Okay,
yeah. We were talking about like cops in specific. That's different. Hands on the wheel, yes sir, no sir. Have yourself pulled out, hood off, music down, all that when the cop comes. Right. That's different. I'm talking strictly walking in the stores only because they don't have the authority a cop has. Quote unquote authority. True. Yeah, cop stuff, that's different. I think we're all taught the same stuff with that.
Yeah,
with the cops, and that's not changing.
No,
nor should it change.
That's law. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's wrap this one up. What are we? Episode 11.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're everywhere: Spotify, Apple
Music,
everything.
Listen to us in your car rides. You know what I'm saying?
Tell your friends about us. Right? You don't gotta look at us. I know we ugly. Tell your friends.
Yourself,
I was waiting for you to say
don't lump me in.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Even if I am, I don't want you lumping me in with that.
But thank you all. We appreciate all the love, man.
Yes, sir.
Mean, we're trying our best. We're about to keep going. We're not stopping. We will not stop. All right. So, any last words, bro?
Amen.
I got like 10 seconds.
Stay protected, man. Wear your condoms. Know your laws of your state, man, and be safe out here because it is scary.
Yes, sir. All right.
That's that note. All right, peace.